Hi, welcome to our channel DC42 Reddit. BF M23 wants me, F20, to live with his family after marriage. How can I stand my ground? My BF M23 wants me, F20, to live with his family after marriage. I, F20, am currently in a relationship with my boyfriend, M23, and am very happy with him. He's my first love, and I would never want to lose him. We're both Middle Eastern and religious. In our culture, it's normal for the woman to move wherever the husband is. In our case, this would mean that I have to move 2 hours away to his city. I'm okay with that. We want to marry once I've finished my education, which will probably take 4 or 5 years. While my parents are still quite young, his are in their 60s. He lives with his parents and 3 of his siblings in their house. His other 4 siblings, who are already married, only live like 5 minutes away from his parents. Recently, he's been mentioning us moving in with his parents after marriage. I have told him that I want to have my own apartment house several times. Now he's been saying that in a few years, his parents might get sick and will need someone living with them. I really do not want to move in with them. His siblings and their children, they really have a lot of kids, visit their parents almost every day, which would mean no privacy ever. Someone would always be around. Also, I really doubt that all of the 3 unmarried siblings will move out in the next couple years, which would mean that I not only have to live with the parents, but also them. I doubt that I will be able to change anything in the house, and I really do not like the interior at all. I have anxiety, I'm very introverted, and am very, very uncomfortable with this. Am I being unreasonable? Am I a bad, selfish person for not wanting this, even if they get sick and need help? They are his parents, after all. How can I tell my boyfriend this, and what should I even say? I would really appreciate some advice. So, folks, what advice you would like to give to our OP? Just leave your comment down below. And now let's see a comment from others on Reddit. An advice from OK Imagination 1107. Are you absolutely certain you won't wind up being the caretaker and serving to all of these people? Because for a variety of reasons, I think that that's where this marriage is heading. Please consider staying single at least a while longer and living in your own place. And here's our next story coming up next. My wife, 29F, is obsessed with dividing household chores, and it's bothering me, 29M. For context, my wife is Indian, but she grew up in the USA. Her family is more of the clean freak type and lives regimented lives, wake up at X time, have lunch at Y, sleep at Z. In contrast, I grew up in a much more relaxed family. Both of us are professionals with significant salaries, but our incomes are similar. Issue: my wife is obsessed with doing everything related to the house 50-50, except laundry, which we both do. Dishes, cleaning the house, cooking, etc. I don't mind cooking. In fact, I love cooking, just not every day. I don't smoke, drink, or gamble, but where I spend money is on food. I'm used to eating incredible meals. When I lived with my mother, she used to cook great meals for me, or I'd order takeout. On the other hand, my wife is used to having basic meals every day. Think beans and rice. This causes conflict because she insists that we both cook. However, when I cook, I prepare everything from scratch, and it takes a good amount of time, plus I make elaborate meals with 2 or 3 courses. When she cooks, she makes beans and rice. Or she heats up what her parents gave us to eat, never something I want to eat, and gives that to me. And on days when she prepares larger meals, she asks me to help her cut vegetables, prepare food, etc. When I cook, I do everything myself. We have regular arguments because sometimes after work, I simply don't want to cook. I'm on a 1-meal-a-day diet. So I tell her I'm ordering food, but she freaks out. She'll say she cooked the day before, or 4 times last week, and that it's my turn to cook this week. But she ignores the fact that her cooking is beans and rice or reheating leftovers. The same happens with the dishes. On days when she cooks, she wants me to do the dishes. That's fair. Except that, on those days, it seems like she goes out of her way to use every pot, pan, spoon, knife, fork, and dish we have and gets them dirty, so I have to wash everything. In contrast, I reuse pots, pans, and dishes, or wash them right away. The same goes for the rest of the chores. When dealing with chores, she forgets to mention that I pay utility bills, house taxes, the house down payment, the mortgage, car bills, gas. I'm the one who drives everywhere. She is afraid of driving. She tells me that's what men are supposed to do and brushes off those contributions as if they were nothing. She seems to ignore that we both contribute different things to the relationship. Do I cook less often than her? Yes, but my meals are more extravagant. Do I clean less than her? Yes, but I clean the bathroom completely, whereas she's only responsible for vacuuming our small house. Not to mention the financial discrepancy that she doesn't talk about. I tried getting advice from my family, but my mom and sister say I'm making excuses and that I need to help her. How do I get my wife to stop this attitude? How do I resolve this? There's nothing wrong with doing chores 50-50, and since you both working, it is right to split it. How about you guys, what advice you'll give to OP? Just leave your comment. Now let's see others' comment on Reddit. An advice from Hoshi Jones. If you're both working, you both need to do half the chores. Your extra financial contribution is good. It's not nothing, but it is nothing in relation to the chores. Work it out. Iron out the cooking discrepancies, the dishwashing discrepancies. You can each do your own laundry, etc. But it has to be 50-50. Also, your wife insisting on a fair split of the drudgery does not mean she's obsessed. It means she has enough of a sense of self-worth and self-respect to demand equality from her partner. See you on next post, folks.